So this is a day in our life as finding students at Brew College as seniors. So we finished class today. We're about to head to an appointment for your client.
Yes, in Astoria, Queens.
So come along to see a little bit towards the end of our day and how it is. So next stop is to our destination, and we'll see how it is. See you guys along. By the way, we're taking a subway, and if you guys have never seen a subway before, this is what it looks like. This is a traditional old subway. If you're watching this, comment down below what state you're from and where you're watching this from. We'd be interested to see. Astoria has long been one of the most sought-after neighborhoods in New York City for both residents and investors. And there's been a steady growth in younger professionals moving in due to its proximity to Manhattan. So from an investor's perspective, Astoria offers strong rental demand. Vacancy rates are consistently low, and because of its location near Midtown Manhattan, apartments here are always in demand. For context, the median rent in Astoria for a one-bedroom is around $2,500 to $2,800 per month, and for two-bedroom, closer to $3,200 to $3,600 per month, depending on finishes and conditions. It's important to note that Astoria is very community-driven. You'll find local restaurants, coffee shops, and a lively culture scene. It's one of the few areas in New York that has both a neighborhood feel and easy access to the city. You're only a short ride from Central Park and the East River waterfront. Charlie, that's where I wanted to go. The Peruvian kitchen food.
Oh, that's
the
what it is. Wait, so what is that?
So it's like a Chipotle, but Peruvian style. We got... Oh, we had to at least look inside. I think we have time, right? We have time to look inside. Guys, I've been wanting to go here for a while. Oh, and I told Charlie he would like it. We could just see what it looks like. Oh my god. Bienvenidos todas mis peruanas familia. Let's go.
It smells good.
I just want to see what it is. See, they have it. Hello.
How are you?
They have the Cusco chicken salad, avocado chicken crunch, hot brazo, tuna ceviche, and they have like the onions, like my mom likes it kind of, but just needs more cinnamon. Interesting, right? But no Inca Cola.
And now, importantly for you, this is a high rent as well as renter-heavy neighborhood. According to this zip code itself, 85% of housing units in the 11102 are rents are occupied. This building that we're going to look at is a 6-unit building. This area is known for low to mid-rise buildings, as we could see as we pan. Now we're inside the first floor apartment, and I want to give you a clear, straightforward sense of the interior before we move on to the next units. Overall, the apartment is in good, well-maintained condition, which matches what we'll see in the other units later on. This is definitely not marketed as newly renovated, but everything appears functional, clean, and structurally sound. The layout here is a classic railroad style apartment, which is common for older Astoria buildings. Each room leads into the next in a straight line, so it's not an open concept floor plan. It is more traditional, but maximizes interior space well. Now, this apartment in particular does have access to the backyard, the patio area in the back, so it does reflect in a higher rent. Now, in terms of mechanicals, the building uses oil heat, and each room is heated through radiators. Cooling is done through window AC units, since there are no split units or central air installed in the building. Now, we're down in the basement, and I want to walk you through what I'm seeing from a practical perspective. As always, I want to be clear that I'm not a contractor or a property inspector, but from what I could physically observe, the basement appears to be well kept, organized, and free from any obvious red flags. The cleanliness and organization down here also allows us to clearly see the walls, mechanicals, the oil tanks, and the overall amount of usable floor space. And from an upkeep standpoint, I don't have any concerns based on what's visible. Now, the first thing to note is that this building does use oil heat, and in this basement there are 2 large oil tanks. Oil heating is functional and reliable, but it's not the most cost-efficient system, mainly because oil prices fluctuate and the cost of heating with oil tends to be higher on average than gas. Since tenants do not pay separately for their heat, these heating costs would fall directly on you as the owner, and is something to factor in long-term operating expenses as well as potential upgrades, which makes it easier for you to take full advantage of the stock of the space and plan for any organizational changes or future improvements. Overall, from the basement to the common areas and up through the apartments themselves, the building consistently shows signs of steady upkeep and functional maintenance, without signs of neglect or deferred repair, at least based on what we could observe during today's walkthrough.
Yeah, it's part of the course.
And all apartments, the 6 units, they're all free market, or is it rent stabilized?
No, so 4 of the 6, I believe, are rent stabilized.
Rent stabilized.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can move it up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a calculation to it, but
But the other 2 are free market and they're at market rate?
so the one we were just in is like 3,200.
Okay.
I gotta look at it. I gotta remember which one the other free market is.
Okay. Now, on the income side, after applying a standard 5% vacancy assumption, the building is estimated to generate approximately $137,000 in annual rental income, and this is based on the current rents, unit mix, and the rent stabilized structure of the property itself. The building shows a healthy estimated cap rate of approximately 4.7%. This is based on the calculations I ran for effective rental income, total annual expenses, net operating income, and the resulting cap rate. The rent stabilized units do provide stability, while the market rate units allow flexibility and higher income potentials. Now, this unit itself, the building itself, the area itself, is very transit accessible near many subway lines as well as bus routes. There is, according to public information, a diverse resident base, working resident base, which essentially we're saying that many residents work in professional or managerial roles in this area, which we can consider as a white-collar workforce. There's also a strong rental demand. Given the high percentage of renters, buildings like this do tend to have good occupancy potential. Granted, because and due to the area that we're in, there is a higher cost of entry, with median homes value being closer to $700,000. It's not a cheap market to buy into. The rents in this area are relatively high for the city as a whole. Now, when you look it up, there is a higher vacancy rate for this area. They estimate over 40%, but this most likely could be due to newer or unoccupied buildings in the area. And each room is heated through radiators. Cooling is done through window AC units, since there are no split units or central air installed in the building. Now, for older multifamily buildings in this part of Astoria, the setup is pretty typical. Now, when we go into the appliances, it varies from unit to unit a little bit. Some have stainless steel appliances, not all. But regardless, we aren't to consider this apartment or the apartment's layout to be very newly renovated or high-end designer renovations. They're more practical, lived-in spaces, but they've been kept in good working order. Now, the common areas are also in solid condition. They're clean, they're well maintained, and importantly, they're not carpeted, which is a plus for upkeep, durability, as well as just long-term maintenance. As we finish up in the first apartment, keep in mind that the next 2 apartments do follow a similar pattern. They're good condition, consistent layout style, and they focus more on the functionality rather than modern renovation style. And this is good for what we'll see in the majority of this area and matches average rents that we could charge, especially for the free market apartments.
What's that tile?
I know.
You just access panel.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
So it's
That little square up there is just an access door. There's probably a water valve of some sort or the electric for that light. Yeah, is next to that. So
Gotcha.
usually that's what you'll see.
And your AC is the window unit.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Wow.
Now let's touch briefly upon the zoning of this building and the future development potential. This building sits in an R6B residential zoning district, which is medium to high density, and it's typically multifamily homes in the zone of Queens. The R6B, the maximum residential floor area ratio, which is FAR, is 2.00 for standard housing. This means that depending on the lot size, there may be some air rights or unused development potential compared to what is currently built. We finished our appointment and now we're waiting to catch the subway back to Jamaica.
I'm getting dizzy.
As you can tell, we had a nice long day, balancing work and school, and now we're on our way back home. This is really what a day in the life looks like out here as finance students and realtors. Running to appointments, checking properties, answering emails in between classes, all while the city just keeps moving. It's fast, non-stop, and it's the grind that comes with being in real estate in NYC. Constant learning, creating, building, and outperforming the next day, every single day. This is why we do what we do. At the Charlemagne Benjamin Realty team, we're out every day, moving through the city, meeting people, helping them figure out what's next. If you ever have any questions, need advice, or you're looking for a place, you can reach out to us at any time. Call us, shoot us a text. We're big on communication and making sure our clients actually feel supported. At the end of the day, we advise individuals and families on high-stake real estate decisions with clarity, discretion, and long-term thinking. So whenever you're ready, we're here.